Hello, welcome to 30 minutes of prenatal yoga. Today we are going to be addressing tailbone pain. I brought with me a model of our pelvis because I want to do a little bit of explaining of what happens when you experience tailbone pain in pregnancy. This is our pelvis, and this backside here, as we see things coming together, is our sacrum going down to the tailbone. Now right into here, a lot of the muscles of our pelvic floor are connected, and the pelvic floor slings underneath you like a hammock. It's responsible for breath. A lot of muscles of the hips connect in here as well. Now in pregnancy, especially in the third trimester, the hormone relaxin increases, and that hormone is super important. It enables the tailbone to become more mobile. It enables the pubic synthesis to become mobile for birth also, which we need to birth our babies. However, all of this decrease in stabilization puts an increased demand on the load of your pelvic floor, that in combination with your growing baby. So as a result, you might be experiencing tailbone pain. I hope this yoga class will help you with this, and if it doesn't, please do reach out to a pelvic floor physical therapist. They really are the experts in this area and can help you feel great in your body. Let's start our class seated with your hips elevated. Ground down to your hips, and if this isn't feeling comfortable, just get your hips a little bit higher. Knowing that you can make adjustments as we move throughout the day, throughout this yoga class, to help your body feel as good as it can. Now we're going to close our eyes, bringing awareness to the breath, starting by not changing anything, but rather just noticing. Begin to count the beats of your inhale. Notice how many beats it takes you to complete your inhale. Begin to match your exhale to your inhale. If it was taking 4 beats to breathe in, match that with 4 beats to breathe out. Now draw your focus all the way down to your pelvic floor, that hammock of muscles. We want this area to become dynamic, to soften and engage with each and every breath. As you breathe in, feel that hammock of muscles softening and moving down. As you breathe out, feel the muscles engaging and moving up. One more breath. Start to make circles around your hips with your torso. We are beginning to lubricate the joints of our hips here. And the more we create strength and space in our bodies, in this pelvic area, the more tension will be relieved from your tailbone area. Come on back to neutral. Bring your right hand to the ground. Lift your left arm overhead. Big deep breaths. So sending that breath, we're going to come back to this throughout our class, all the way down to your pelvic floor. Inhale, let it soften down. Exhale, feel it engage and lift. And change sides. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your legs. As you exhale, find a rounding through your spine. Bring your chin to your chest. As you inhale, shoot your chest forward, maybe drawing your tailbone up and out. One more time through. Now the next time you rock forward, make your way all the way to your hands and your knees. When you arrive, close your eyes. Maybe you take some swivels of your hips. Maybe you focus on mobility through the spine by drawing the tailbone down and chin to chest. Use this time to notice what feels good for your body. Now find a neutral spine. Draw your belly up and in as if you're giving your baby a hug inside of you. On your inhale, allow everything to soften. We're going to add some breath work to this. For the next couple of exhales, make an audible SH sh sound. Shh. What happened to your pelvic floor? Now inhale, soften. Exhale, shh. Inhale, soften. Exhale. We're going to hold that sensation of tightness and coming together. Hover your right knee off the ground. Keep everything very stable as you lift your left leg or right leg behind you. Now we're not moving the hips. Have both hip points shining straight down at the ground like headlights on your car. Creating some stability through our glutes, through these muscles of the hips. One more back. Now the next time we're going to go out to the side. Again, not so high that the right hip is lifting. Those hips are staying neutral with one another. Beautiful. Combo that. Take it back and then side. Back and then side. One more time. Back. Side. Now the next time your leg is back, extend it long, cross your foot behind you, and then peek over your left shoulder towards your right toes. Unwind your leg, bring your knees wider than your hips, and then press your hips back towards your heels. Can you get really soft? We just created a whole bunch of stability. Now invite the sensation of softness and opening. Tabletop, we're going to do the other side. 3 of those SH breaths to engage our pelvic floor. Inhale, soften. Exhale. Inhale, soften. Exhale. Inhale, soften. Exhale. Now hold. Left leg, the shape of the leg is moving back. The hips do not change. So it doesn't really matter how high that knee is lifting, really keeping the hips stable and the belly stable here. As we build strength in our stability, we're taking some pressure, again, off the work and that extra load that is being demanded of your pelvic floor in pregnancy. This time, knee out to the side. Again, just as high as you're able to lift without taking the hip joint up. All of this work is being done by your muscles. 2 more after this. And now we combo, going back and to the side. And this type of strengthening is one reason why I think bar classes can be really supportive in pregnancy, because you're building the strength of the muscles around the hips and the shoulders and the back, which are all areas that we really need a little bit of extra support from our muscles when we're pregnant. Extend the leg behind you, cross it, and peek over, this time at your left toes. Beautiful. Let's bring that back in child's pose, knees wide, toes touch, sending your hips back, finding softening. If arms outstretched feels like too much on your shoulders, bend your elbows towards the outside edges of your mat, and then either using your hands like a pillow, or you can place them on the back of your head. Come forward to hands and knees. Close your eyes, move your body. Maybe hip circles, maybe cats and cows. Just checking in with how you're doing. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Option here to pedal through the feet or to sway your hips side to side. Now, if you're actively experiencing tailbone pain, you might find that asymmetric movement does not feel so great. Separate your feet wide enough so that you have room for your baby as you walk your hands back to meet your feet. Now, when you get back here, drop your head, shake out some no's and yeses. If it feels good for you, maybe move side to side. Press into your feet, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, heart. One more time. Big breath in, reaching up. Exhale, heart. Reach up. Bend your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come down to your forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Down to fold. Root to rise. Hands to heart center. Last time through that, root to rise. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Root to rise. And hands at heart center. Pause. Start to make really big circles with your hips. Taking those circles one way. And now switching, moving your hips in the opposite direction. It might help to get a little bit more mobility through your hips to soften your knees here. Good. And then just stand normally as if you're waiting in line at the store, walking around your house, whatever it might be. Just stand how you normally stand at this point in your life. Now take your hands, bring them behind to your butt, and notice how engaged your glutes are. Okay. It's common in pregnancy, especially that third trimester, for us to tuck our tailbone under. So just see, if you draw your tailbone under, what has happened to your glutes? Did they get soft or are they gripping? Okay, for most people, they get really soft and they turn off. When we turn these big muscles off, it requires more work, again, from our pelvic floor. So let's bring our weight neutral into our feet. If the tailbone is drawing down, just untuck it so we have that natural curve in the low back. And then notice your feet. Super important that we have our glutes working. So we're going to engage by dropping down into a squat and then pressing through your entire foot as you come back up. Squats are one of the most beneficial movements that you can do throughout your pregnancy and postpartum as well. Practice connecting your movement to your breath. We'll inhale as we lower, exhale to rise. That's when we're recruiting our muscles. And maybe you even make that breath as you stand. Notice how that changes things. Shh. 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 Just one more. Shh. Awesome. Take a warrior one stance. So we are going for that asymmetrical stance. However, we want our feet to feel like they're on railroad tracks and not a balance beam. So we're really stable here. Bring your arms overhead and just breathe. step to the top of your mat, stand. Again, notice, check in what's happening to your body. And then, if your glutes are turned off, what adjustments do you make so that they're engaged? One more round of squats here, down and up. Three more, you've got this. Wakening the glutes, strengthening them so they can do their job. One more. Warrior one, other side. Again, railroad tracks, stable and strong. Option to bring your arms up as we stay here and breathe. Beautiful. Step your way forward. Notice your default standing position. How are those glutes doing? Are you gradually retraining your body on how to move here? Last round of our squats. If you can sprinkle squats in throughout your day, maybe when you get up to go to the bathroom, do 10 squats. Beautiful. Make your way down to the ground, setting your hands behind you, feet to the ground, knees to the sky. Take a windshield wipe of your legs from side to side. And then the next time your knees are up, bring your right foot, tuck it underneath your left so your heel is moving towards your hip. Your leg can either stay out or come in a bit. And then get very tall through your spine. Bring your right hand behind you. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, turn into your twist a little bit. Using your breath here. Inhale tall. And exhale, sinking into this shape. Unwind your spine. Leave your right leg exactly as it is. Walk your left leg over and then knee stack on knee here. If this does not work, if it's very uncomfortable, unwind your right leg and straighten it out in front of you. On the opposite side of things, if you're not feeling anything in this shape, wiggle your heel closer towards your hip and then take some deep breaths. And we're creating some space in the muscles that surround our hips now. Again, we want both strength and the ability of these tissues to get long and contract. And you go back to your deep breath, that breath that goes all the way down to your pelvic floor. Hands coming behind, unwind your legs. And windshield wipe, side to side. You ready for side two? Ooh, I got a little back pop. Those always feel so good. Left leg this time crosses underneath. Right leg stays right there. Get nice and tall. Left hand comes behind you. And then moving your shoulders in the direction of your left hand. Let's come back to breath. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Inhale tall, exhale twist. One more breath. Leave your left foot right as it is. Right leg comes up and over. Maybe you extend the bottom leg long here if you need a little bit more space. Again, the complete version of this posture, your knees will be stacked right on top of each other. I don't have enough space in my body to do that, so you meet your body wherever you're at today. And really, the only objective is to find some opening on the outside of our hips. That's it. If you're not feeling it here, extend your bottom leg long. You'll still target that outside of your hip. Can you draw your breath down to your pelvic floor? Feel the softening and the engaging. And it's a little bit trickier here with the pressure on the outside of the hips. Notice that if you're experiencing that too. And gently bring your hands behind you. Unwind your legs, feet wider than your hips, as you take your windshield wipe side to side one more time. We didn't do a lot for our upper body. We're going to sneak just one stretch in here, feet to the floor, hands behind you. Now push into your feet, lifting your hips up. If it feels okay on your neck, you can drop your head back. If you don't like that, just keep your head at neutral. Draw your hips down. We're going to end as we began, with our hips elevated, either in a crisscross position with your feet or feet behind, doesn't matter. And now you've practiced quite a bit breathing down into your pelvic floor. Let's do that again. So shoulders over hips, feeling nice and secure in your seat. Come back to the counting of your inhale and exhale, however many counts you began with.